Hello dear students, welcome back to Security Analysis and Portfolio Management. This is fourth class. In this class, I am discussing systematic risk and unsystematic risk. As dear students, the capital market risk is divided by the two types. One is systematic risk and another one is unsystematic risk. Okay, let me explain the difference between the systematic and unsystematic risk. Systematic risk means the market risk, which the risk is applicable irrespective of any sector or any sector stock is called as systematic risk. Unsystematic risk means which the risk is not relates to the market but relates to particularly a company or a sector is called as unsystematic risk. Systematic risk means which risk is common for all the securities of sectors. Market risk is the systematic risk. Okay, here we can list the market risk. Okay, systematic risk or market risk, interest rate risk, and the purchasing power risk. Okay, these risk affects all the securities in the market. Okay, very shortly or very okay, so briefly explain that interest rate is a systematic. Suppose any banking sectors or any the lenders means one who provide loans and advances. Those people if make differentiations or rises any interest rate is always affect for the entire market of the stocks. That's called as interest rate risk. Purchasing power risk means where the population or the people having inflation rate on the prices or on the rupees. So automatically the purchasing power risk is explained that where the rupee value is reduced or the price of the product is increased. That's also directly impact on the particular stock. So unsystematic risk in the sense means the name itself is specified that this which risk is not systematically affect or which risk is not systematic in the sector or in the industry is called as unsystematic risk. Here says that unsystematic risk is the risk which affects only for the sectors or for the company in the sector. It is called as it is also called as unique risk. Unique in the sense means the risk is always different from the another companies or another sector. The best example I can say that raw material problem is the unique risk. Suppose sugar industry is facing the problem of raw material means it is not applicable to any other manufacturing sector. For example, as in a popcorn industry, as a maize is the raw material. Okay, right. And unique means different. I already told you. It may be a raw material or a management problem. Sometimes we can explain that management is also a problem of the organization. Is called as the management problem is unique risk. Suppose in the A company facing the problem of management system means it is not applicable for any other sector or any other company. Okay, here I classified again the unsystematic risk in the two types. Internal risk and as well as external risk. Sales variation, HRM means human resource management, fixed cost and single product, etc. or etc. is called as internal risk. Sales variations always reduce the profit volume or profit ratio. Okay, right. Say for example, Infosys company and the Wipro company, both are IT sectors company. Suppose Wipro company's sales is declined, means it is an internal risk for the investment. If you choose the Wipro stock as a share or the stock for the your portfolio, and then Infosys company's shares is not reduced but is increased, in the sense means Infosys company's rate of return is higher than the Wipro company. Same as HRM relationship or the HRM management is always different from the Wipro company and the Infosys company, which the company having less risk or less contradictory in human resource management, that company's profit will be increased, and which company have a strategy to minimize the fixed cost for the each product or the each goods and services, automatically margin of safety or the profit margin will be increased. So which company is not able to reduce the fixed cost for each product, okay, that always shows less profit, and automatically if a profit is declined, the dividend declarations also will become low. And a single product, yes, you already well known that which company having a single product always faced uncertainty if the product if would be rejected by particular buyer. Again, let me discuss external risk, social and regulatory factors. Regulatory factors in the sense means rules and regulations which are framed by the government and which directly impact on the industries. Those called as regulatory factors. Next example, I can say that taxation is the regulatory factors. Okay, right. And sometimes rules and regulations in respect to the which one, yes, regulatory controls, okay, sometimes control the price fixations, okay, right, and the volume of sales or important export controls, etc. Next is political. So the political changes sometimes impact on the industries. Why? Because whenever the political is replaced from one party to another party, automatically they wanted to implement the one more rules and regulations, okay, or make it a manipulations of old rules and regulations into the new rules and regulations that always impact on industry. Okay, the next one is business cycle. Business cycle means, so in the boom, during the boom, the product all the products, okay, it always, okay, it demands, sorry, the customer create the demands more in the boom period, but in the time of recession, okay, the demands always be the less. So that's also impact on industry. Yes, you already well known that financial risk means, for example, financial management, okay, in the capital structure, rising of capital, allocation of capital, okay, and flows of capital is always, okay, is impact on the industries, the which the industry have a less financial risk, that company always rises the more benefits, okay, as a profit. So those companies always have a risk free in the business. Okay, so how to calculate the systematic risk and unsystematic risk to select or to reject the stocks? Let's go and see that. So here the systematic risk you can calculate. Okay, so here having a methods 2, method 1 and method 2. The first one is systematic risk is equal to beta square into variance of market risk, and unsystematic risk total variance of security return minus systematic risk. Second method explained by the index means systematic risk that would be calculated with the help of variance of security return and coefficient of determination. Next, not explained by the index, it means that unsystematic risk that is equal to variance of security return into 1 minus r square. R square means coefficient of determination. Let me explain how we can calculate the systematic and unsystematic risk with the help of variables. Yes, this is the problem. Calculate systematic and unsystematic risk with the following information. Okay, table pertaining with some data. Okay, data of two companies. One is Infosys company and another one is Wipro. Again with the market information, means the Sensex information. Yes, here standard deviation is given. Infosys is 3.01, Wipro 3.0. But the Sensex of the standard deviation is 1.25. Beta is 0.90 and Wipro's 0.87. Coefficient of determination 0.42 and 0.40. Okay, let me explain, or let me get the solution. No solution already here calculated the solution. Okay, and I am going to explain how it comes. Okay, as a result. Okay. Yes, Infosys regarding systematic risk. Okay, this is the method 1. Systematic risk is equal to beta square into variance of market risk. Unsystematic risk is equal to total variance of security return minus systematic risk. Yes, systematic risk, as per the formula, I accommodated the variables of Infosys as beta square is in a 0.90 square and into 1.25 square means market variance. Ultimately result is comes 1.26 and the unsystematic risk is equal to the total variance of securities is 9.06 means 3.01 into 3.01, that is equal to 9.06 minus the systematic risk. Here already calculated value is available, so same the value I put here, and total unsystematic risk of the Infosys is 7.8. Okay, again the total risk is equal to SR equal to SR is equal to total risk, okay, is equal to systematic risk plus unsystematic risk, or beta high square into market variance plus EI. EI means residual variance. Yes. Total means 1.26 plus 7.8. Okay, 8. Otherwise, in the form of beta high square into market variance plus residual variance, 0.92 square means beta high square into market variance 1.25 whole square, 1.25 square plus residual variance is 7.8. Okay, right. So 1.26 plus 7.8 equal to 9.06. So total variance is 9.06, that is standard deviation is 3.01. Okay, so I apply for the same Wipro 0.87 square into 1.25 square. Okay, that is become a systematic risk is 1.19 and unsystematic risk, okay, 7.81. 3 into 3 is 9 minus 1.19. The total unsystematic risk is 7.81. The total risk, again sorry, here I did a mistake. Instead of plus I make it an equal. Okay, right. SR plus USR, systematic risk, plus unsystematic risk, or beta high square into market variance plus residual variance. Exactly, Scan. Okay, the variance is a 9 and standard deviation is 3. As in the method 2, okay, unexplained by the index means systematic risk. Here explained by the index. Formula is variance of security written into coefficient of determination. So that I calculated explained by the index is equal to 3.01 into coefficient of determination 0.42, that is equal to 1.26. Not explained by index is, okay, 1.75. The total does become 3.01. The same way Wipro, okay, is a expand by the index means market risk is 1.2 and not expand by the index is, okay, 1.8. Okay, the total is become 3. Thank you friends. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask with the dialing to my mobile. Thank you.